Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making some fried green tomatoes. It's the end of the season, so we gotta use them up. So what I'm going to start with is I've washed and dried my green tomatoes, and I'm just going to slice them into thick slices. And this video I'm going to do from start to finish, so you're going to have to be patient with me. I cut them pretty thick, so you have a nice, they don't fall apart in the hot oil. I'm trying to think of the word. Okay. And these are a good way to use up your end of the summer crop. I'll just do those up for now. Okay. Let's see. What I have here, I'm going to start my dredging station. Okay. I'm going to start with these eggs. Put a couple of eggs. Let me see. Let me just grab a towel. Sorry. And I like to put just a little bit of water in my egg. I think it helps them to mix better. Milk or water. Beat them up. I kind of like working right over my sink here. I just drop everything right in there. Okay, and now in this other bowl, I'm going to put about half a cup of flour. Well, maybe about 3 cups of flour. I'm not doing that many. And then in my third bowl, I'm going to put about a half a cup of breadcrumbs. And I keep my breadcrumbs in the freezer. And I like to use homemade breadcrumbs too, because if you've ever seen the ingredients listed on here, it's amazing what they have to put in there. But so I try to use my homemade ones as much as possible, but it doesn't give you such a great coating, the homemade ones. And then I got a half a cup of cornmeal in with the breadcrumbs. And then we're going to just give that a little mix. And also in here I'm going to put some pepper. I'm going to put my pan on. I got a pan filled up over here with oil, almost halfway up. Okay. I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and a little sprinkle of cayenne. Just kick it up a little, give it a little flavor. And you want to mix those up really good. One day I'm going to get camera view overhead so you guys can all see what I'm doing. And I've been doing these videos for about a year now, and I'm still learning how to try to get the best picture views and stuff for you. Okay. And to tell if your water's done, I just give it a tiny little, or your grease, a tiny little, if you hear that noise, you're good to rock and roll. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because it does seem a little high. So everyone says, you know, use your fork and your tongs for this, but I just use good clean hands and dredge. And the flour, then the egg, and then the breadcrumbs. And they say keep one hand clean. I do for a minute or two, but that clean hand gets dirty pretty fast. But since I'm just doing a small batch, it probably won't be too bad. So the flour, then the egg, then the breadcrumb. And you don't want to put too many in the pan at once, because that'll change your temperature and they'll start steaming instead of frying. But I'll show you what I'm doing here in a minute after I get a couple in the pan so we can get them cooking. You want to hear that nice sizzle? And what I like to do is after you take this batch out and put them on the tray, the best thing for you to do is to wait like 60 seconds or so before you start the next batch, because that way the grease comes back to its temperature. So let me try to show you exactly what I'm doing. We got a nice green tomato. Look at that one. It's beautiful. I love meaty tomatoes. And then we go right into the egg. Make sure it gets covered good with the egg. And then right into the cornmeal. Get over in your spot. And get it covered on all sides, and even give it a little tap. It helps stay on better. And then I have a little station over here. I use a nice paper bag. They're free. You get them all the time from the store because you don't always have paper towels. And here they are sizzling away. Let's do a couple more so we can get them ready. We actually have to wait for these to cook because I didn't do any in advance because I wanted to show you from start to finish. And I'm getting those clumpy fingers that everyone says you don't want to get those clumpy fingers, but it doesn't bother me none. And in my opinion, our fingers are the best tool you can have in the kitchen. And we know for sure that back in the day they didn't have all those special tools that we have today, so they were using their hands. And they're cooking up pretty fast. I better give them a little check. Hang on one second. I don't want to dirty up my tongs with my clumpy fingers. Yeah, they're actually cooking very fast. I probably have to heat up a little fast. See those? Ooh, nice. We're having fried green tomatoes tonight. I am going to turn that down. I have it on medium high, but I better put it more towards medium. Okay, and we just got a couple more to do and we'll be all set. Now you could skip the flour if you want. I usually just use breadcrumbs and egg, but for the fried green tomatoes, to give them a little bit more flavor, and to kind of do them in the tradition that they're supposed to be done, I put the cornmeal in and the flour. And don't worry about making a mess. I think it's fun to be in the kitchen, clean up your mess as you go. That's the easiest thing. That way you don't have that much to clean up when you get done. Always clean as you go. And I always like to rinse off everything before I put it in my sink, because if you put it in the sink and it just sits in there with all those dried foods it caked on, then it's a pain to wash them. But this way, if you rinse them as you go, oh, look at that. If you rinse them as you go, then all you have to do is give them a quick wash. Or, yeah, quick wash. Or if you have a dishwasher, which I don't, never have. Well, I had one temporarily. I shouldn't say never. I felt like I was doing the dishes anyway, rinsing them off. But I'm rambling. Oh, I told you needed to wait a few seconds to get the temperature back up, but of course I didn't do that. But let me get a plate and plate these up for you. Hang on one second. We got some Neil Diamond playing in the other room. My dog's being quiet for this video, which is shocking. Must be he doesn't like fried green tomatoes. Okay, let me get you a close-up. I'll bring it down here so you can see these frying up again. This is such an easy recipe. Look at that. So I hope you give this one a try. Very easy, very flavorful. And here they are all set up. You can sprinkle a little salt on them now if you'd like. But give these a try. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy my videos. I enjoy doing them. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.